writing an article, number 4 ingredient is result, findings, and discussion. The function of the result is to be objectively present your key result without interpretation. That's the result. It's in qualitative, you present the transcription, what you have transcribed, just present it. In quantitative, you present the findings, what you have seen, the percentage of what you have gathered, the data you have gathered, you present it like that. So, and with that, you now have a result and discussion. When you look at that things on the right hand side there, a result is a core of the research paper, whereby a discussion stating cause for a particular result. Number 2, result is a data generated by doing research after validation and verification is written. While in discussion, you discuss the meaning of the result. Bullet 3, results are important in answering the objectives. Suffice to say, reports are important in answering the what? The research questions. Remember, research questions and objectives are the same thing. And both of them lead to your instrument. You still remember? You get your instrument from the research questions and research objectives. And both of them lead to your findings. You see, you can see it clearly there. So whenever they ask you to generate literature, they can ask you to generate literature from what? From research objective, or from what? From research question. Do you get what I'm saying now? From research objective or from your research question. Bullet 4. The result is the findings of the research. Result is the finding of the research. Why, when you are discussing it, you compare the result with theoretical expectation. You combine the result with theoretical expectation. So, if they ask you, where do you get your instrument from, or where did you get your literature review from, you got it from research objective, right? And you also get it from the research question. Because research objective and research question, they speak to each other. They must be what? They must be aligned. So, that is the difference between results, findings, and discussion. And when you look at my YouTube, common mistakes in writing thesis and dissertation, you will see that discussion must summarize everything your study has done. Discussion is more or less your abstract. That is, everything you have done in the paper must be discussed thoroughly. So the discussion is not just 3 lines or maximum of 1 paragraph, as some people thought. Your discussion must be very rich, must be robust. Your discussion must showcase to your reader all what you have done. The gap you have seen, what the findings have said, what the interpretation of findings have said, you discuss it under discussion. Then the next ingredient, okay, in continuation of that, in continuation of your discussion, you see, when you are preparing to discuss, what are the 2 things you saw there? The data and the analysis. You process the data, you discuss the analysis of the what? Of the data. Otherwise, you have not done justice to the data findings and analysis. So, you explain how your findings answer the research what? Question or questions. Some paper can have only 1 question. That is why we put S in bracket there. Question or questions. Some paper can have 2. So you discuss that. Then you interpret and description, interpretation and description of the significance of the findings, of your findings in relation to the what? Existing theory on research on the topic. Existing theory. So this is very, very important. It's very, very important. So then discussion hints. Let me give you briefly what is expected in discussion hint. When you are discussing, like I told you, some papers were rejected because the discussions are not thorough. Some papers were rejected because the discussion is superfluous. Some papers were rejected because people turn discussion to summary. No. Discussion is not about summary. You don't summarize anything in articles. Instead of summarizing it, you discuss it. You discuss your findings. What are the new things you have seen? Look at bullet 1. Interpretation of your result include discussing how your result modify and fit in with what we previously understood about the problem. Bullet 2. Review of literature again at this time. After completing the experiment, you will have much greater insight into the subject. That means you are discussing by supporting or opposing